Hi everyone, in this section we're going to be talking about shiny dependencies. So what do we mean by shiny dependencies? So most of the times when you are trying to create a shiny app, they usually have a lot of dependencies, or most web applications usually have dependencies in that JavaScript or CSS. So I'm going to be showing you how you can attach some of these dependencies if you are building a shiny application, for example, and also how some of these particular dependencies work. So we have currently now, if you look at this particular shiny application that we have, so let me just comment this, then I'm going to uncomment this particular shiny application. Okay, so you can see this is our UI. This is just a normal shiny application. You can look at it, and we have also this is the server side. So let me uncomment the server side too also. So I think, okay, I've now actually uncommented this particular part. Okay, so let's save and run this application. So you can see this is what we have. So let me open it in the browser. So this is this particular application in the browser. So if you want to just look at this dependency, I'm going to inspect. So you can see the dependencies of this application. And we go to the head, the HTML head. So once we go to the HTML head now, you are going to see, so this is the head. We are going to bring in this drop down. So you can see the dependencies. We have jQuery, we have shiny CSS. You can see all of these are the dependencies of this particular application. So let's say, for example, now I'm going to delete this bootstrapped main.css. If I should delete it, can you see that Control Z? So you can see that background actually goes. So if I should just delete that, so you can see that particular background that I had earlier on as what it has gone. If I also delete this iron, that is this iron range slider, this slider.css, that slider is the CSS. So you can see we don't have the slider again. So these are some of the dependencies in which Shiny is actually based on. So you can be able to see your dependencies of an application from this head. And I already explained earlier on that this head contains a lot of metadata, which usually includes the dependencies a file is based on. So once you don't have those dependencies, you won't be able to see some content inside your file. So let me now stop the application since I've already seen some of the dependencies in that particular application. So but if you just look at it, it's because Shiny has already attached some of those dependencies for you. So yours is just to use the functions that are available in Shiny and to build the application you are interested in. So let me comment this particular side back. So we have this code currently as you are looking at it. This is a basic card and doesn't have its dependency, which is actually a bootstrap. So you can see what we have here. So it's not showing us what we want to see because the dependency is not attached. So now what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to comment this particular UI now. So I'm going to just comment this particular site. We're still going to leave my card. And now we're going to add the CSS dependency. So this is actually the dependency that you are seeing we're trying to add. So I'm going to uncomment this. And this is MDB CSS. We're adding dependency here. So link red is equals to style sheet. This is the reference, this particular CDN we're using. So that is what contains the dependency for us to be able to see this particular card body class that you're seeing and card title, this particular class card. So if I should run this now, you can see that the application now is showing, it is showing nicely because we already added that particular dependency. These are mostly dependency usually work. And we can also use HTML dependency function for reusable code. You can use the HTML dependency function. And how does the HTML dependency function actually works? So this is it. Let me uncomment this particular line of code. If you look at this, we have a card. You can see we just created a function. This is a dependency function. And with the HTML dependency, we gave the name, which is MDB card, the version, and this is the reference. So this is the CDN that we're using, the CSS, and this is the style sheet, you can see. So this is the CDN, we're using the source, and this is the CSS that we're using. So this is what we're actually using, MDB. Now we already have this dependency there because we're using the MDB card. So we can attach this dependency to a card. So function, then tag list, my card, and you can see MDB card dependency, the function we just created earlier on. So we're attaching this dependency to a card. And how do we use it in our Shiny application? We just instead of putting that particular, you can see the file we used earlier on, or we are putting tag link, all of this. So instead of doing that, you just actually, in your fluid page, your UI, I'm just going to give tags style. This is the body, background, Gainsborough. Then my card with dependency, that particular dependency I have. So once I just run this, okay, because this UI, I need to leave this UI on because this is what we are using. So I need to leave that on. So you can see that we have a different design than what we have earlier on. So this is also the way you can use HTML dependency function for reusable code. So you could use this all over your application. And also, let me comment this back. We also import dependencies from another package, Shiny Dashboard. So we are trying to import dependency from another package. So in this time around now, if we look at it very well, I've already loaded our libraries, which is Shiny Dashboard, and HTML tools, and we have dashboard page. This dashboard page is actually from Shiny Dashboard. We have this dashboard header, dashboard sidebar, and dashboard body. They are both from Shiny Dashboard. So once we already have this dashboard UI, as you can see it now, we're now going to use find dependencies. So it's going to get the dependencies we are now going to be using are from this particular library. So find dependencies inside this dashboard UI. You're going to extract it. So this is this particular dashboard dependency. Now I want to wrap a component within this particular dependencies we talked about. So we create a function, we give it a title, we give it a status, which is primary. So this box is from the Shiny Dashboard that we are using. This is a function from the Shiny Dashboard, and we also have our dependencies as they have seen in this place. We are using the tag or the tag list. This is a collection of a list. Now we have this hello box text. This hello box text inside my dashboard box, this particular dependency. I'm going to run this now. You can see I've removed that success I put earlier on because the default now is now going to be primary. So the default is going to be primary. Then you're going to see it's going to show blue. Valid. So you can see value statuses are primary, success, info, and warning. So let's give danger and see. So the valid ones I can put because from that particular dependencies, there are specified values I could provide. So I'm going to be running this one. Sorry, so to be danger. Supposed to be danger, and once I get it, we are going to be having red. So still are going to be having a red. So that is it for this particular import depend from another package. If you also want to suppress a conflicting dependency, you have a dependency, for example, now that is conflicting. If you want to suppress a conflicting dependency, so look at this example now. We have our Shiny app, we have this Shiny dashboard again. Now this is our UI. We're going to bring in dashboard header, dashboard sidebar, dashboard body. I'm going to suppress a particular dependency, admin LTE. So admin LTE. So this is a popular open source dashboard and admin panel template that is based on Bootstrap 5. So currently now the admin is removed. So this particular page is going to fail. If I should run it now, you are going to see that this particular page is going to fail. It's not going to It's going to fail to render correctly because you have already suppressed this. So what if I remove this now currently? What is going to happen? I've already removed it now. What should happen? So you can see that what is showing well. So if you want to suppress a conflicting dependency, something that I think is going to be conflicting in your application, maybe when somebody's trying to run it on their browser, then you can use these suppress dependencies. If you also want to remove conflicting versions, of dependencies, so look at this. For example, now we're going to remove conflicting versions. So we just create your dependency, HTML dependency, that particular dependency, which is font awesome, the version, the CDN, and also the CSS file. Now this is the new one and this is the old one. So we're going to say find dependencies Shiny icon. So this old one, now we're using this find dependencies function to find this particular icon dependency. So resolve dependencies. This resolve dependency is going to remove any conflicting dependency this type, which is this, is going to remove the new one and is going to replace it with this particular old icon. So once it's remote, it's going to be replaced with this. So these are you resolve conflicting dependencies. You want to insert a custom script in the head. So this one, if you want to insert a custom script in the head, you're going to be using this. So we have this example also here where we have we can add a custom configuration script. Look at these particular options that we have. If you look at it, is another dependency, and you can add it into your application. How can you add it into your application? By using this configuration dashboard page header, sidebar, body, control bar. This is it. So you can see we have this configuration script now that's already been added into my UI tag list, because this is a dependency, something that my Shiny application is dependent on. So this is it for Shiny dependencies.